Hello, welcome back to my channel. We are going to do 2 more eyeshadow drawers in this video. If I can get through this a little faster than the last one, then I will grab a 3rd drawer, but I'm trying to keep these around 20 minutes. So we'll see what we can do. I'm agonizing over stuff, so it's taking me longer than I would like, but I need to be a little bit more cutthroat here moving forward. We're getting into the less high-end stuff, so I need to be a little bit pickier. But yeah, if you want to hang out with me, please do. Again, make sure you're subscribed, leave me a comment, all of that stuff, thumbs up, all that helps my channel. After the eyeshadow palettes, we're going to be moving into lips and stuff. That's on the other side of the room, so I'm just kind of doing the drawer system in order, and then we'll move over there, and then I'm going to have to reorganize all the eyeshadow palettes. But yeah, let's jump in. I used these Game Beauty ones. Now I will say this is their old formula. They have moved away from this packaging. Their formula has improved. I was disappointed in these. I didn't touch the green one, but I used which one did I use? I used the yellow out of here. And then I think I used a couple of shades out of here. It was just okay. So these are ones, again, I didn't love this formula. Like I said, it's nothing against the brand, and I'm really sad because I think their packaging is really cute. I don't play video games, but yeah, the formula on these, like I said, they have improved it. I tried to use some shades out of here. It was just okay. My Fantasy Cosmetica palettes are better, and those are the ones that are currently up there. I replaced all 3 of these with those. And I have greens and stuff. So these are ones that I think they've barely been used. Like I said, I used 2 of them. I may pass these along because I just don't feel like they're pretty to look at, but I think after using them, I'm not going to be compelled to reach for those. So I think I will get rid of all of those. This Conjuring one is one that I'm going to keep, but I think I'm going to put it in my bottom drawer over here in my mementos. This is kind of a weird color story. I don't dislike the formula, and their shimmers that are in here are nice, but it's kind of a weird color story. And again, I'm mainly keeping it for the packaging. So it's going to go down here in my want to keep it but I'm not using it drawer. I have a bunch of Wander Beauty palettes. I like Wander Beauty, but this has never been used. I like the idea of these more than actually using them. This one's just neutral. I have used that. Again, it was fine. I'm not compelled. This is brand new. This one's never, these 2 are brand new. They've never been touched. I think the only one I used was the neutral one. Yep, these 3 are brand new. This one was used 1 time. Or I swatched it. No, I think I used it 1 time because it looks like I dipped in these 3. Used these 3 shades. I don't know if I need to keep these. Because like I said, I'm clearly not using them. I don't think there was anything wrong with them, but I'm not compelled. I like the idea. Their shimmers are really pretty, but for whatever reason. So I think I'm going to put all of these in the declutter for now. Again, I can always bring them back if I end up having room, but 3 of them are brand new and could go in the giveaway to somebody that's actually going to use them. My friend Christine sent me some makeup. So a couple of the palettes I did put in the giveaway, but I was going to keep this Berries and Cream one. And this is pretty. So I think we'll hold on to that. So far, I've gotten rid of 4, 5, 7 things out of that drawer. 8, counting the one that I moved. So we're doing much better than we did in the last video. I have this Pure and My Little Pony palette. I bought this because my girls are getting into My Little Pony. This is very 2016 shimmer quality, but I'm keeping this because it's My Little Pony. I don't know if I'm ever going to use this. So I think I'm going to move this into my drawer down here too, just because I bought it because it's My Little Pony, not necessarily because I was dying to use it. I've got 3 from Shroud. And Shroud, I think, is no more. Their quality is good. Like, this is super pigmented, the Arcana palette. And I have used it. And then I've got Batty Beans 2 palettes. I love, this was her first one. It's freaking Bats. And then I have Hollow Bean. So I think I'm going to keep both of those. All 3 of those. I've got a couple from Lime Crime. Like, I like this palette. The shimmers in here are good. This one I treat as an all matte palette. The shimmers in here are like satins, like 2015 satins. So I generally use these together because this one's got better shimmers. They took like the best shades from all of their palettes and made this one holiday. So, and I bought it used. I didn't buy it brand new. I do like this Maybelline, the Nudes of New York. I think it's one of the, like, the better ones that Maybelline has done. It's a good, like, dusty rose, neutrally color story. This is one I've decluttered and brought back. I've never used this. So this is brand new. It's Profusion. I think I can probably let that go. I do like the mauve one. I have used the mauve. And while I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll keep one Wander Beauty palette. Is there like a pinkier one in here? That one's the purpley one. Like, this one's got some pinks and then the pop of blue. And then this one's got the green. So maybe I'll keep these 2 and get rid of these 2 and get rid of this one. Maybe we'll go like that. I know I'm going backwards here. But I'm debating about the Arcana palette just because of how dark it is. Let's put these in by size. Debating if... I'm debating if I need to keep this one and then just keep the 2 Batty Bean collabs. Like I said, I've used this once or twice. It's a very similar color story to the Hocus Pocus palettes. And while this is more pigmented than that, I tend to use those more just because of the packaging. So I may pass this on to somebody else, realistically. And we've already freed up half a drawer here, so we're doing good. I'm trying to be realistic on what I'm actually going to use. So for rainbow palettes, I do have the Carnival All Stars palette, so I will keep that. This has never been used, but the quality from Be Perfect on this, I believe, is really good. So we'll keep that since I got rid of the Medusa's makeup line. And then my friend Christine gave me these 2. I'm going to keep these. These didn't fit in my ColourPop section, so when I redo, again, more of a rainbowy palette. And then this is on a Whimsy, very light and pretty, so I'm going to keep both of those. And then I have Be Bella. I have Shades of Roses. This is a really good red pink Valentine's Day-esque palette. And then I do have a purpley one that I will keep. It's got some pinks and purples and some teals in it. Since I'm getting rid of like the Wander Beauty palette, we'll keep that. I don't know if there's going to be anything in this drawer. Moira. This one, she was telling me, was not as good as their regular ones. She was kind of disappointed that they put this one in the box. This is brand new. So I think I'll pass this one along to somebody else, and I may try and get one of their other palettes because I've heard some of their palettes are good. She was telling me that that one wasn't one of their better ones, so we'll just let that go. I have this one from Trend Beauty. I think this is like, it's also rainbow palette, but I think this is like a cheap, like, you have to order it, but I think this is an affordable one, so I think I'll hold on to this. I like that it looks like a cassette tape too. I think the packaging is cute. I have 2 from Nabla. Got one little one from Sephora Destinations. Again, it's really like dusty and murky. It's pretty. I've got one from Adept. This is the Amunet. it's fine. I've never been compelled. Their price point is really high. I've never been compelled to buy another one from them. And then I have the Sample Beauty Equalizer, which again, never really used. I think I've used it one time for a shimmer. I don't think I've touched the mattes in here ever. So, okay, and then Nabla, this is the Secret palette. I've never used this. I do like the side by side. This was my go-to nude palette for a long time, so this one's been used. Hold on to those. Okay, doing really well, so I grabbed 2 more drawers. So this drawer has most of my ColourPop in it. I have the Harry Potter palette that I got more recently. Excuse me, we'll keep Unearthly. I don't love the color story of this palette. I don't know why. I've kept it because there are some influencers that I watch that like this, but I honestly, like this, I think could go to a better home. So I'm going to get rid of that. I do like this one. I like the color story of this from them, the leather and lace, so I'll keep that. I have the Whatever palette. Make sure it's not expired. Just My Luck, that's intact. I have 2 of these. My other one is in my singles. I have my 3 Hocus Pocus. The Rudolph one is in here. So there's Hocus Pocus 2. Rudolph. I'm going to keep these. I like this palette. This palette makes me happy. This is the second Hocus Pocus palette they released. This one is just okay, but I have all 3 of them, so the completionist in me. This is one I decluttered and repurchased. This is the Villains palette when they brought back some of their older palettes. And then I have the Star Wars, the big one. Mine looks a little bit different because I took out one of the silvers and put in another blue shade so that I've got the dark and the lighter. And then, yeah, the 2 silvers that were here looked almost identical to me, so I took one of them out and swapped in a blue. These palettes are magnetic. I've done a few videos. You can easily, because I've modified my Haunted Mansion palette too. A couple of the shades from the Just My Luck palette, the one that's in my singles, are in here because Betty Jean, who is Baddie Bean on YouTube, made a comment that she thought this could use some green. So I took out a couple of the taupes and put a light and a dark green. They're super easy to pop out. You just kind of go in with a knife. Or my friend Christine bought me a magnet. I have it down in here somewhere. And it'll pull, it's down in my container. It'll pop the shades right out and you can swap them out. So most of my monochromatic ColourPop palettes have been depotted and are in a Z palette, and I use them to customize these. So yeah, if you have a color story from them that you think is a little bit off, just change out some of the shades. This is the original Hocus Pocus palette. Not everybody loved this. I like that it's got neutrals and then the colors that represent the sisters. So I have all 3 of the palettes. And then I did buy the Stranger Thing palette more recently. So I have, it's just Stranger Things and ColourPop. So I have this one too. Have I used this? No, I have not. I do have the, what is this one called? Sleepover palette from Unearthly that I like. The pinks in here. And then I also have Limoncello. That is pretty. I got a couple of smaller ones. The taupe one I've kept in its packaging because I like the cardboard packaging a little better than the plastic packaging. The Child palette. So Fly came in a mystery box. I don't think I need this one. It's pretty. I can pass this one on. Never used it. It came in a mystery box. And then I have these from Pinky Rose. I have the Exotic Peacock, the 80s Baby. These are super dated, and I don't know if this brand even exists, but these were popular years ago. And then I have Center Stage. I had a 4th one and I decluttered it. I think it was a more rainbow-esque palette, so I like the colors in here. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but I like the colors in here. I was able to move my other ColourPop palettes over, so now my ColourPop is in one drawer, which is nice. I have two from Black Moon. I have this one. It's an all matte palette. I still like that palette. And then I have the Urban Myth. It has some shimmers in it. I love the packaging on that. Those palettes, I believe, are still available. Give Me Glow is repackaging, reformulating. So this is the old Christmas Morning. You can still get this palette, but it's smaller and they're going to a smaller pan size, I think, to bring their price point down. So this is the old one, but the other one, same colors, again, smaller pan sizes because it's making their palettes cheaper. I have their old Sticky and Sweet. This one was discontinued. And then I have Haunted Pumpkin. Again, I don't know if they're re-releasing this one too, but I know Christmas Morning and the Rose, the flower ones, were all made smaller again, so it's cheaper, which I can appreciate because their palettes are kind of pricey for what they are. I have Laura Lee's, which her brand has shut down. She does not exist anymore. I still like this palette. Is it still good? That's the big question. I feel like some of these are starting to dry out a little bit. So as sad as it is, I think I'm going to let this one go and I will just probably trash that because some of the shimmers are not working. This is another one that's older than dirt. These are still soft though. So again, I'll hold on to that just because this one would have to go in the garbage if I got rid of it. I've got these little ones. These two, no, there's only one from Wicked Widow. My other two, I think my Tea Time one and the pink one are over on my display, but I like their palettes a lot, so I'm going to keep that. This is the Rasha B one that I was talking about in the other video that I'm going to keep, the Halloween candy corn. It's a candy palette, but that's really pretty. And I've used this. The formula on this one is nice. And then I have this Thankful palette from Kylor. It's a Thanksgiving palette, and the color story on this is pretty. So I'm going to keep that. I've got these two from Ciate that I never reach for. There's a mauve color story. I'm never compelled to reach for this. I think I'm going to let both of these go. I like the idea of Ciate London. It's just, and again, we got a nude with some pinks. I just don't use these. Like this one's never been used, and I think I've used the other one once. That's just not, I just for whatever reason don't reach for those. So those two can go. And then I've got three from Dominique Cosmetics. Celestial Storm is really bright and pretty. I haven't used these in a long time. I intend to. I've got Berries and Cream. Again, it's pinky mauves, but these are a little bit deeper. If I'm going to wear mauves, it tends to be in that color story. And then I have the Rustic Glam that I'll hold on to. Definitely thinning out the drawers. So out of those four, I'm getting rid of these two big Ciate London. So that's two. We got a ColourPop and then an Earthly. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And a lot of these are brand new, so I try and put brand new stuff in the giveaways first. I've only ever had one person tell me they didn't want gently used, but I try and fill the box with the brand new stuff first. And then if there's any space, then I stuff in the gently used on the top, just so I can maximize the amount going in the box. But yeah, we got rid of 12. I'm happy about that. The drawers are already thinner. My children are starting to scream. My husband is up there, but thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Bye, everybody.